Hi guys, I'm Alex Travers,
I'm Faith Gusky.
I'm Katie Gee.
And I'm Sam Stone.
and our topic was on
The
Death.
Penalty.
Woo!
Okay.
Katie.
So the website is designed around a one-page ideal. So you scroll through the page to see all the different topics, or you can click up here at the top, and it will bring you to each section. The FAQ section and the articles sections are broken up into tabs. You click on the tab to see the information on each subject. So the FAQ section is broken up into Enlightenment thinkers, checks and balances, change, etc. And the article analysis is broken up into box executions, death penalty, pros and cons, equality, and methods. In each article analysis, there's a link to the article and our analysis of the article. The credits are found at the bottom, and at any point, if you're lost, you can click on the word capital punishment and it will bring you back up to the top. The comments page can be found at the bottom if you click on this link. And all you have to do is type in your name, your comment, and then you have to do some simple arithmetic.
Alright guys, so the first section we have is the info section, and that's basically an overview of capital punishment, what it is, how it is affected in the United States, what the legality of it behind it is, just a general overview of the topic so you can understand what we're going to examine in the project. The section after that is the facts section, which looks at, as Sam said, the different aspects of the topic through different lenses, and it answers the guide questions we were given. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, so I'm talking about the graphic. If you go to the graphic, it brings you down and starts showing statistics that our lovely Sam made. I'm pointing at nothing. It shows the number of victims and people executed, and if you actually look at the victims, there's way more executions and death penalty for people who are white victims rather than black, Latino, or other. And if you just look at it, it has all the different percentages, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so up here, if you just click on articles, it will take you down to the 5 articles we did. And the ones we did botched executions, so right here. And then we did, there was one on the death penalty law and how it incorporates across the country. And then there was one on pros and cons of the death penalty, since our group was actually split down the middle, 50-50 on our opinion. And then the equality of it and how certain people get, who have the death penalty and other ones who don't, based on race and gender and so on. And then our last article is on the methods of the death penalty, which there is a 5, and as you can see in the article.
Alright guys, so this is our overview. Basically, capital punishment is the death penalty. Now, capital punishment has basically been enforced throughout the United States for a very long time. In New York State, it's actually been illegal since 1972, and the last traces of it have actually been erased as of 2007. That is the last death row inmate has been taken off of his position there at that time. And essentially, the death penalty was warranted for crimes of rape and murder up until the court case of the Supreme Court, Coker v. Georgia, which established the precedent that crimes that warrant the death penalty have to be in proportion to the crime. The punishment of the death penalty has to be proportional to the crime committed. So the death penalty can only be instituted for instances of murder, meaning that crimes of rape are not allowed to be considered for the death penalty. And this also, eventually through other court precedents, meant that the mentally handicapped and the teenagers were ineligible for the death penalty as well. The death penalty has essentially evolved in the public scope of things. Usually it's considered for charges of third-degree murder, and yeah, that's good enough.
So when you get to the FAQ section, you'll see all the answers to the guide questions that we got in class. Let's start with the checks and balances system. So the United States is really weird. In most countries, when we make a major law, the law applies to the whole country, but in the United States, each of the individual states gets to decide on important issues. So from state to state, there's different laws regarding who can be executed and why?
Alright, so if you go to the FAQ, if you go down to the fourth question, it starts talking about the death penalty and where it's used. And most like Western countries have gotten rid of it, except for the United States. And then out in like the Middle East and all of that, it's like very culture based and religious, and it's like a lot of killing, just death everywhere, and a lot of death penalty. And then in the United States, we've been like slowly getting rid of it and then bringing it back and getting rid of it, and it's just been teetering. Okay, now if we go to equality, it starts talking about, which the graphic shows this too, about the like racism behind it, which nowadays it's not as bad, except for when it comes to the victims. If the victims are white, people are more tending to get the death penalty if they killed someone that was black, Latino, or other. But the criminals being sent away are all black or white. It's all mixed together. It's about half and half. Now, if we go to articles, I did the pros and cons, and it starts talking about all the different things you use. There's a link right here. You can click on it, as Sam showed you before. Because our group is split half and half, the girls in our group are for the death penalty, and the guys in that group are not. So it takes from both viewpoints the same issues from both ends, where you can take it as positive or negative, depending on your outlook on life. As in life in prison, the execution, the income level, the race, everything can be taken anyway.